Hey everybody, it's JJamJim. Welcome back to another episode of the Marooned here in Rimworld. And we have a raid on our hands. We have a raid indeed. We have 6 tribespeople. They are trying to... just going to wander around the water over here, but I think what we're going to do is preemptively strike, because I think that's probably going to be the best idea. So does everyone have their guns? It looks like yes, indeed we do. I'm going to get everyone up. Fortunately, no one is actually in a bad mood, which is really, really good. So I'm going to just preemptively strike. Although they might move in. Let's keep a good distance, just in case. But they do all have melee, so... And again, we have machine pistols and things, so we should be able to just sort of spray them, mow them down. They're going to go over there, so let's kind of shift up. Waiting for everybody to get here. Can we hit them from here? No? Can we not hit them? Really? Okay, so now you move there, cantaloupe. Oh, this was maybe a bad idea. They're fleeing. They're fleeing. Let's get out of... Let's... Back off. Back off. Alright, great. We've killed all of them. How are we doing on the beatdown? You got some sand in your eye. Great. Just very minor bruises and cuts. We slaughtered all of them. Olo Cerulo is the only person up. Sedentary night owl. Where are you from? The Gobrin of the Grassland. The Gobrin of the Grassland. We might try and rescue you. Cap. Alright, well. We're so close. How have we not gotten her yet? Okay. Let's just select. Let's save this person. Capture. The rest are all dead. Excellent work. Let's go get treated for our cuts and bruises. All these monkeys. He is breaking so constantly. Are we gonna heal this person? Anivia. Oh, Claire's doing it. Alright, we got Jet. That is fantastic. Let's deconstruct this. Capture this person. Heal them. There we go. Okay, look at this. We got Jet. Fantastic. Alright, let's set up Jet's things. We're going to need a name for Jet, who is Erasmus's lover. I'm just a little concerned, because again, this is obviously Monday's episode, and with 1.0 coming out this past Wednesday, which I'm sure we've been doing a lot of streaming of, we are probably at a crossroads at this point, but I don't know for sure because it's in the future and I can't predict. So yeah, I don't know what's going to become of this. So you know what, for now I am simply just not going to ask for a name for Jet. We're going to hold off, and Wednesday we're going to figure it out. We're going to figure out what the status of this playthrough is going to be. And if indeed it is going to stay around for a while, or we feel it might, then we'll name her. But For now, no. It's so unfortunate, too, because I feel like in terms of our playthroughs, this is the most people we've had. We're at 9? No, 8. 8 people. This is the most people we've had in a playthrough on this channel for, I don't know, ever. And of course, this is probably going to be one that we have to really cut short here. And for only being, you know, what, 14 episodes in, it's pretty good. So, oh, you know, what are you going to do, right? But with 1.0 out now, hopefully we don't have to deal with a lot of these things anymore, which would be really, really good. Which would be really, really good indeed. All right, you're going to wear some tribal wear. Wear the tribal wear. You're a very good shot, but we're just going to give you a bow for now. There you go, wear some stuff. There you go. Now you're a human again. And you will rest here with Erasmus. You will lay with Erasmus. Because you are lovers. 59 resistance on the tribal people. Oh my. Wow. I mean, we were going to release you anyway, just for some goodwill, but... Oh, you guys not getting treated? Well, Sanago isn't. Did you get treated? Anivia. Honestly, you should just tend to yourself, huh? It's probably gonna be better than anything else. There you go. Good work. Ulo Cerulo. Ulo Cerulo. It is a great, great name. Alright. The tough thing that we are running into with this playthrough, which I'm enjoying it, but it is a little slow, and the reason it is slow is because of the natural resources. And, you know, the fact that we can't really get traders. So I feel like, since we're probably going to end up doing a do-over of this series, I think what we might need to do is, I'd like to do it on the same sort of, this same idea, but I think we need to give ourselves more resources up front, or so we can maybe build like a trade beacon, and or give ourselves you know, add like a mod for more traders to come, so we just have more people that show up. I mean, in all reality, we don't have a lot of money to obviously spend right now, but we do have a lot of things we can trade, right? We have all these cigarettes and cigars laying around. We have all of the chinchilla fur and the thrumbo fur and the thrumbo horn. We have a bunch of uranium we could sell, but we just haven't had that opportunity. And so, you know, it's just not as compelling when you're waiting for AI stuff to happen, which, you know, sometimes happens, but when it comes down to just not having any resources, and also the fact that we can't really even, you know, we can't go and we can't go to a neighboring, you know, can't go to a neighboring thing here. I don't think we can even travel. Yeah, it's not possible to reach this tile from the last waypoint. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, unless we have launch pods, but one, we can research that, right? We can spend all that time researching it, but we just don't have the material for it. And I want to build this thing. So I wonder, maybe there'll be a biome map, or I don't know, something where we can replicate this in some way. Or what I could do is, in the future, I could have pre-spawned some like ship drops, like these, not ship drops, like meteor drops of steel, and I could spawn, I don't know, maybe like 4 or 5 of them on the map sporadically, and then we could go and mine them away and use that. I don't know. Because really, the most of the traders we're getting are these little, like, tribal traders, which, you know, it's It's nice that they're stopping by, but they don't have a lot of money, and they don't really have a lot to trade. Like, these guys will buy our cigarettes and cigars, and that's amazing, but they only have 118 silver, you know? You can't really get far with that. I will sell you the short bow and the tribal wear. And a bunch of cigarettes. 117. Actually, I'll buy your medicine, and then... yeah. There we go. It's nice to have a commodity that we can trade, though. You know, and still make some money. So I think we're doing that right. It's just... it's becoming clear that... we do... and I'm okay... oh, no. Oh, no. And I'm okay with having to grow our trees and resources. I'm totally cool with that. It's just the not having any steel, and we've gone how many days in game now? 57 days in game. You know, we're 14 episodes in. We still have yet to get a trader who had steel that they were selling. So it's perhaps an issue with the trading system and how they don't... there's just, you know, not that many traders that are selling it. So it's entirely possible. Okay, cut all blighted plants. And I'm going to reset everybody so that gets done, because that is going to spawn very quickly. Yeah. No, I need you to... go. Cut all the plants, please. We almost need to make growing a 2 for now, so they cut all the blighted plants first. Look at Nivea. Look at her go. Once she puts her mind to cutting stuff, it's just insanity. No, cut. Erasmus. Cut these. Go. Great. Awesome. We'll put growing back on 1 now. Yeah, that's the only time you definitely want your, it's the only time you want your growing on 2. At least they weren't the trees, though. That would suck worse. But yeah, that's sort of what I'm thinking. I think we could spawn a couple of those in the pre-game portion of it. Just because it would be, I would feel at least a little bit better that, or maybe we could spawn the frequency of them higher. So maybe we get more of the drops? I don't know. But I think we could do that. I think I can prepare, you know, either do it and prepare carefully or in the edit of the scenario. But I'm not entirely sure. All right, so you have deep water bridges. Boy, I don't really know. Sterile materials, maybe? Sure. Let's see. So now that we have the deep water bridges, so it's icy. Okay, so it takes more steel and or more. Wow. Wow. It's a lot of material, and the bridges just take up a lot of material, you know? Oh no, our meat's rotting. Yeah, the bridges, I mean, you know, even if we just use the 12 wood for this, man, it's a lot. Silly Claire. Oh, Claire. What are you doing to us? You know, 12 for each of these little tiles. 12 wood or, you know, and for the deep water ones, we gotta do 17 steel. I just think it'd be so worth it, though. It'd be so cool looking if we just had this giant colony. And not only that, like, I would want almost most of this, because all of the, you know, all of this here, like, this would be a row of houses on this side. This would be a row of houses. You know, this would be like production shops, food storage, all that stuff. You know, I would be putting all that on there so that each one of those would also be a tile. It'd just be a lot of work. But perhaps we can do it. Shu has gotten the flu. Oh no, the Shu flu. Anivia, tend to Shu. Shu had the flu. That sounds like a Dr. Seuss book. Shu had the flu. Yeah, maybe I'll just cut all of these. Trying to think of scenarios too that we could change where maybe we have more people. Like, what if we spawned a whole bunch of people as workers to get this stuff done? I don't know. It's all about those resources. It's just a resource game. And how to quickly do it. And managing everything else, you know. I mean, everything is very clean right now. We just... a couple things need to be refueled. But... do we have 8 beds? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, okay, good. Snago is still sleeping on the floor there. That is not where you need to sleep, dude. Staying ahead of the food, which is very good. Yeah, it just it's sort of building to just a waiting game. It's really just sort of building to a waiting game at this point, because we can't really spend the amount of wood that we're getting from these trees, and maybe we need to replant, you know, higher yield trees, or maybe just spawn more wood initially. But even with this, we're collecting, you know. This is 100 wood we're collecting because we're having to refuel all this stuff. Everything is made out of wood. Everything needs refueling, all that stuff. So the issue is simply that, like, I can't even really start building this. I'd only get out to about here. The amount of wood we have. Yeah, I mean, I know we were going to wait till Wednesday, but it's becoming quite painfully obvious that, one, this playthrough, it's just losing steam, and it's a bummer. It's losing steam because I was so excited for this playthrough, but realistically, we need to figure out something a little bit more sustainable to keep it moving. Otherwise, it's just very, very slow, right? And I could sit here for hours and cut together the best half hour of this. You know, I could wait until traders come. However, that is just, with the way life is and doing all these, you know, all the other things I can, that is just not feasible. That is simply just not feasible, unfortunately. But so, because I always want to keep it interesting. We always need to keep moving forward. And I don't know if we're going to be able to do that here. I hate to do this. I hate to be such a bummer. It just feels like I'm sort of being negative and being a bummer on this, but it's just sort of the reality of it. And on top of it, we are probably going to lose all our mods. So we may need to figure something else out. We may need to do a shift here and move on to 1.0, and that might mean a week without some Rimworld. I don't know. I would hate that. I would hate that. I hated it last time when we went like 2 or 3 weeks without Rimworld videos. Oh, that was brutal. Just bummed me out. But we may have to do that in this next little chapter here, moving forward. And then rejiggering this and what this all looks like. It's unfortunate. But, you know, you live and you learn. I mean, you know, we love challenging ourselves and keeping them sharp. And I was really liking what was going on here with the storyline of our people. But I think we may need to make that shift. Because this is just pretty much sitting and waiting at this point. You know, we can make all the cigars we want, but it's pretty much just sitting and waiting. Oh, alas. Well, my friends, I think that might just call it for this episode, and probably this series. I'll you know, you'll find out, but I don't think that we will continue with this series. Hopefully, I can give you an update via Twitter or Discord. So make sure you join the Discord and the Twitter. I'm very recently new to Twitter, and I started that when I started streaming full time and doing this whole crazy gig full time. So, the link is above in the banner. You'll see the little Twitter icon or the Discord icon. That is where I kind of let you all know about some things, and I will post about the situation with all of this in both of those places. So be sure to follow over there. Also, we have been doing Rimworld 1.0 over on Twitch, so you can also check that out above the banner. And my friends, sadly, this will probably do it for another series. But again, we will come back stronger and better and faster in the next series. Don't you worry your pretty little heads. I'm going to rack my brain thinking about some fun new stories. And yeah, that'll do it, guys. We'll see you in the next series. I appreciate all of you watching and hanging out, giving suggestions and all the names. This has been really, really fun, and I hate to see it end. But alas, I think once we move on, I think we'll be good. I think we'll be good after that. So thank you all for all of your support. I really, really do appreciate it. And we'll see you next time.